Go. I think the caste system is unfair because you shouldn't be judged for something that you can't get out of.
The caste system is unfair because the untouchables have to do all the dirty work, like pick up other people's trash. And would you want to be untouchable? No.
I think the caste system is unfair because even though the untouchables, low Varnas, were doing bad stuff, and that's why they got karma in the previous life, so that's why they are here now in the lower Varna. Even still pretty unfair because they do all that dirty stuff that's yours and you ignore them instead of thanking them, and they're literally just picking up your trash. So
I think the caste system is unfair because every person should be treated equally.
Okay, so
Yay.
let's go in details why my group wants to cast out the caste system. But before we do, we should say things about Hinduism or other things that relate with the caste so people who respect the caste won't get their feelings hurted. Okay, so this is pretty much how the caste system is. The first and at the top are the Brahmins, or the priests. The second Varna are the Kshatriyas, the warriors and rulers. The third Varna are the Vaishyas, the skilled traders, merchants, and minor officials. The fourth Varna are for Sudras. They are unskilled workers. They can also be servants and slaves. And the last, and not least, are the Pariahs, Horijans, untouchables, or children of God. They're the ones who will do dirty jobs such as burying a dead person's body. So Hinduism is one of the largest religion. It's actually the third largest, and it's also one of the oldest religions in the world. It has many gods and goddesses, but it also believes in karma, which are the consequences you get on how you live your life. And the religion pretty much started with the Aryans when their beliefs mixed together. Depending on how good or how bad you lived in your previous life is how low or high you will be born in a Varna in your next life. So I think that's why the untouchables are untouchables. And so if you lived good, you would be born into a higher Varna in your next life. And the opposite happens if you lived bad in your previous life. So that's Hinduism, but there are other religions that relate from Hinduism, and one of them is Buddhism, which is founded by Siddhartha Gautama. And pretty much in Buddhism, Siddhartha believed that the only way to find the truth about the world was to give up all your desires and your precious things in life. And if you do that, you would reach nirvana, which is a place of state of wisdom. And also so there is the Four Noble Truths, which is pretty much the heart of the Buddha's teachings. But then there's also the Buddha's Eightfold Path, and these are pretty much the things that you would have to follow to stop being reborn into life and to finally reach nirvana. Now let's look at these pictures and see how lucky we are to not be an untouchable, because them being like this is just painful. Just look. look at her. She's carrying a baby at like this, I think, a dump place. And then like in the image right there, they're like in a really special place with servants to serve them, and they're so clean. But she and her baby, they look like they don't have a house, and they don't look like they're healthy and all. So this is why we should cast out the caste system, like the sign she's holding. That's exactly right. And these people are part of a community that wants to cast out the caste system too, and they are called the Dalit Nation. In the picture where it says cast out caste with the arms, on the last arm says Dalit Nation. Yeah, that's them, and you should check them out at www.dalitnation.com because they want to fight it too. So yeah. So for my group's social experiment to think of how to really cast out the caste system is for the high Varnas to actually feel how the untouchables feel. So my group was thinking if we could make the high Varnas switch roles with the low Varnas, specifically the untouchables, to see how they feel and to be in their shoes. So then they can know how it feels, and so they would actually want to change the system. And for my group's result, in our experiment, we just want to make the caste fair and then a better environment for India. But also, since the rich get richer and the poor gets poorer, our can change, and the poor can get maybe richer, and the richer can actually help the poor instead of just keep on getting richer and letting the poor just getting poorer.